And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Peace train sounding louder. Ride on the peace train. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, the peace train. The peace train, holy roller. Everyone jump on the peace train. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, the peace train. Get your
Oh, the peace train. We got to get on it. How do we get on it? Do we got to get on it? Where's it going? You know, I'm. You know, this is the one thing that I want to emphasize a little bit. If you're not for us, you're against us. You know, that mentality, that concept applies, you know, from a lot of people in the freedom movement just as much as it is in the non-freedom tyrannical we rule you movement. So I just want to make this clear. You don't have to get on the train. You don't have to get on any train. The train is, if it's not for you, that's fine. You know, matter of fact, it's going, gone, galt. What do you think the whole message was? It wasn't about, you know, those of you who've seen the movie or read the book, it wasn't about some movement that people are joining. It's getting off of the treadmill. It's getting out of the wheel. It's getting off of the tracks. It's just going and living your own life. Where can you do that? Like, you can do it in your apartment in Manhattan. It's a mindset. It's how you choose to live your life. You know, it's using, Craigslist, eBay, and yelling out the window. You know, it's a whole way of looking, and that is what scares they, them, those more than anything else. Those that just want to be left alone, those that just won't leave them alone. And the people that won't leave you alone, they can't control you if you're on their grid, their system, their way of, and all we have to do is start to extricate ourselves up here, between the ears, where the revolution counts. I'm really going to be advocating this a lot. You know, I'm a positive individual. I'm always looking to the bright side. There's always a lot to be learned by different things. But I can see the more it becomes obvious that the system is broke, it's going to fall of its own weight, and there's going to be someone there that is supported by the lamestream media, the media that's so last century, and say, this is your savior. This guy is the one that's going to save you. Right here. Whoever that is, it ain't them. I want you to get that through your head. It's you. You are going to save you. Now, we're going to do a lot of things here to inspire, and that's why we moved up here to the farm, and we got a lot of things going on and doing and working on and just learning some things of how to keep breathing in and out. A year from now, we'll be ready to go somewhere where, I don't know. I mean, like all today, Donna's out there with some activist friends and so on. They're just organizing, clean all of our archives for the last 20 years. We're finally starting to take all these files, digitizing them, photographing them, scanning them, whatever, chuck, everything going on a hard drive, and, for future documentation or whatever, because some things it documents so much of what happened in the order that it happened, I just can't simply just throw it away. A lot of it, stories been told on the radio show. A lot of it is, chronicled, and in I was about 03 or so, I hurt my shoulder real bad, and I was, I had an excuse not to have to work the restaurant for a summer, for like 2002, I think it was. And I wrote everything I could remember up to 98 election cycle, because a lot happened all during that time. So I didn't want to forget it. So it's just a, blah, 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 a stream of consciousness that I put in, whatever to be used in the future. And it's nothing, the vanity of it or anything like that, because I can't spell for squat. If it wasn't for, word spell checker, man, damn, I wouldn't write anything for Freedom Speaks. And it takes me a long time. And I'm more a visual speaking kind of talk radio guy, because I can't. Writing is not necessarily my forte, but doesn't mean I shy away from it. Now, you can put up with some bad grammar. You get the idea. Get over it. There's a lot of sites and so on, a little bit higher end. I've written for, well, Ernie, we think you need to rewrite, what? Some part you didn't get? Well, it doesn't look as whatever. Okay, so I, do it, or have my wife go over to a friend or something like that. But I will not let that be a detriment to me expressing myself. Freedom's Phoenix, I get to do it. The show, I get to do it. For who? For whom? For me, okay? For me. For me, for me, for me, for me, for me, and those that I love and care about. Now, this is what I want to emphasize. We are going to start focusing on not being in the system, of not being there to worry about who votes for what, of not worrying about how to use the system and investing in and getting blah, 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 blah. Because what do I always say? It won't happen all at once, but it will happen overnight. Well, overnight's coming. Overnight's pretty damn close. Let's go to Freedom's Phoenix just for today. I mean, just today. You know, I mean, I go and I edit the page and what goes up top and then whatever. You know, I'm going, there's an interactive map put up there by Paul Ryan on the Obama budget details. Path of destruction. He's like, oh, you want to see where this is going? You want to see a visual of it? There it is. Go do it yourself. People's Bank of China. Governor says Chinese foreign reserve stockpile is excessive. What the heck does that mean? It means they don't want it to be as much. That means it's going to be less. That means they're not buying any more debt. They are going to be eliminating their possession of U.S. debt. What does that mean? I don't know. Lot. What happens? This last weekend, the Chinese said, you know, we're sick and tired of this S&P, Standard & Poor, and Moody's ratings of the U.S. debt. Like all of a sudden, somehow you've enslaved your people forever and they're going to pay this, that they can, that it's mathematically possible. Do we look stupid? How long do you think we've been doing business? You know what I'm saying? We're not a couple of 100-year-old country. We've been around for thousands of years doing trade. You think, man, we got books on it. It's called Sun Tzu, man. So what happens? They go, you know what? What if we just don't? And we create our own rating service. And we say, we rate yours as junk. That's what we say. Now what do you say? S&P comes out, well, you know, maybe we need to lower the U.S. Ratings on how safe their debt, why? Because China, with trillions of dollars, says, this is what we're basing ours on. If we can't go by, you think we give a crap what your rating service says? That China, with our money, we're going to evaluate whatever some puppet of the U.S. government says? Well, guess what? You need that? Okay, you need a shiny badge? Okay, poof, we created our own shiny badge, and we rate you as you suck. Now what? They go, well, maybe we do suck a little bit. So they start down. I'm like, what a freaking game. And you wait for them to do this? You need them to do this for you? You don't know how much, just on Freedom's Phoenix, we're sitting there chronicling how much the U.S. economy is based on them giving us money that's never going to be able, not possible, to be paid back unless they just print oodles and gobs of dollars or push little buttons on keyboards and it poofs up somewhere. And what does that do? Inflation. Starting to see that, do you? Yeah, gone to the gas pump, filled up your tank, have you? Oh, my goodness, you got a big tank for your RV or something. It's not going anywhere. $700,000 to fill up your RV tank. Get it? Oh, but that's my second home. I'll be, yeah, are you going to get somewhere? Huh? How far are you traveling? We got some other cool stuff up here, too. I mean, about the guy that's going to have a winged jetpack that he gets on, plays Rocketeer flying through the Grand Canyon. That'd be cool. Go take a look at that. But, the real important stuff, but I like that. That's important stuff to me. This is what the innovation and different things. We're working on all kinds of different, steam turbine power, doing pressure, solar, kind of whatever. We'll put it up because we want to make our own power. Put it on top of my sea container there. It's powered my ham radio. We get to go and communicate. Freedom's Phoenix will be able to pack kind of internet. We're not going away. Not going away. How are we going to do that? I don't know. We'll think about the ways to do it. But you have spot gold. It passed $1,500. $1,500. What we did? They're making fun of any and everybody that said it's going to go over 1,000, going to go over 1,500, going to go over 2,000, going to go over 5. That the Dow and the golds are probably going to meet one day, and we have blah 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 blah. Oh, pshaw, that's never going to happen. You crazy people. They're crazy for not saying it. I am so done. I am just, I'm tired of trying to influence. The line, it stopped. It stopped a long time ago. I mean, I haven't voted since '02. But I tell you what happened. We used what's happening in the world We used Freedom's Phoenix. We used the show. We used the Levolution of '08. We used all this to help free as many minds as possible. Man, if you don't get it now, if you don't have a doubt, if you don't see that what you're being told, if you're still watching Fox for the real news, if you're doing all that, man, I can't help you. I'm not even sure I want to. I don't need to. I mean, I would rather you start to come to the realization, but is it really you're seeking the truth? Or are you just looking for the angle by which you're going to, feed off of someone else and off their misery and sell them something? You're going to start Ponzi scheming your own little thing or whatever. Or do you just want to be left alone? Do you want to go be free? You want to live in a society that rewards productivity and punishes inactivity? Well, hell, you can be inactive. I don't care. Now, as long as you're not, looting off me. So I'm just, it's how many butts we can save now, starting with our own. I'm starting with me and mine, fortunately, because I do have a soft spot in my heart for humanity, and it's in my self-interest. I will share it as much as we can. Who's John Galt? Let me tell you who he is. He's you. He's me. And he's pulling the plug because it is the productive people that make this world go round and round. They stop. The mine goes on strike, and you're left with a bunch of leeching, looting parasites that cannot feed themselves. It's coming. You think that my firearms to protect me against the galloping hordes of the military? Heck no. It's against a starving people that cannot feed themselves. I'm worried. I'm worried. We just got to survive this thing, and we need to get ready. So that's what we're doing. Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.